Maybe you're reading, but the microphone is closed or something because I'm not
Who
hearing
are
both of you.
Those are the school children, students.
who?
That's the teacher.
What door is that over there?
That's the class.
What are we doing?
We're waiting for the bell to ring. That's the bell.
What
Let's
are
go.
what are we doing today?
We're learning.
I know that, but what are we learning today?
We're learning a language. You can choose the language that you want to learn.
I want to learn Spanish.
I learn English, so I'm learning English today. You learn Spanish, so you are learning Spanish today.
What is he learning?
He learns German, so he's learning German here.
There is another group of children over there.
We learn French in my country too. We're learning French next year.
You all are learning Italian. That's not English.
I know our teacher teaches us many languages. They learn Russian. What's
Yes, Russian.
Russian? So they're learning Russian here too.
Learning languages is interesting.
We want to understand people. We want to speak with people.
That's very good.
Okay, so you'll notice here in this dialogue, there's an interplay between the present simple and the present continuous. All right, so you'll see, and so we need to also just briefly talk about why we use the present simple and why we use the present continuous. All right, let me go to one particular sentence here so we can take a look at it. Okay. All right, here, for instance, we learned French in my country too. We are learning French next year. All right, so you can see here, what's the difference between we learn French and we are learning French? All right, so that's the same question as what's the difference between the present simple and the present continuous? Can either of you tell me why we use the present simple? Why
The
do we
present
use the present
simple
simple?
is something we're doing at the present. The present continuous is something we're doing for a long time, maybe.
Okay, not necessarily a long time. Mohammed, can you also tell us the difference between the present simple and the present continuous? Mohammed? Because it's not just good enough to know the 12 tenses. You know, in English we have 12 tenses, but you need to know when you use them, why you use them. Okay, so what's the difference between the present simple and the present continuous?
Uh, we learn
You're not sure? Mohammed, you're not sure? Okay, let me just,
no,
what is it, Mohammed? Okay, all right, let me just say, all right, the present simple, we use that primarily for facts, primarily for facts. Of course, it could be a fact of the present, and that will make it present simple. It could be a fact of the past, so it will be past simple. And it could be a fact of the future. In that case, we'll make it the future simple. All right, so it's primarily for facts. I say primarily because it also can be used for things that are happening over and over and over. Something that's usual. Let's say if you eat at a restaurant every day, it's still a fact, but it's something that you do every day. It could be something you do every year, every week. All right, so it's used for those too. All right, but primarily it's used for facts. All right, if I say you eat, all right, in English, if I just say you eat, that's just a fact. If I say ice melts, it's just a fact. Fire burns, it's just a fact. All right, so we're using primarily the simple tenses, present, past, or future, for facts. All right, so if it is a fact, you're going to use the simple tense. A fact of the past, past simple. Fact of the present, present simple. A fact of the future, future simple. But when we use the continuous, we're adding ing to the verb because it is action. All right, it's action that's happening. All right, so the action is happening either right now, present continuous, or in the past, past continuous, or it will happen in the future, future continuous. All right, so if I say Muhammad is eating, then he's eating right now. This is something, that's why it's present continuous. He's eating right now, right now. All right, if we're talking about an action of the past, then we'll say Muhammad was eating. All right, if an action of the future, Muhammad will be eating. All right, so we're focusing on the action when we're focusing on the continuous tense. All right, and that's basically it. All right, but we're going to add ing and the verb to be. Don't forget, they're going to go together. They're going to come together. They're going to go together. All right, so here it says we are learning. If I take off the ing, I have to take away the verb to be. So you can see in the first example here, it just says we learn. We learn French. All right, so there's no ing, there's no verb to be. But over here, we're going to add the verb to be and the ing. So they come together, they go together. Okay, so just remember that in this dialogue, that's what it was using. So there's a slightly different meaning, right? Over here, it's just a fact. All right, we learn French in my country. This is a fact. All right, but over here, it's an action now. All right, we are learning French. All right, of course, this pushed it into next year. All right, we're learning French next year, but still, it's talking about something that we are doing as an action. All right, why is next year on there and not this year or not now? Well, because it's talking about near future, all right? It's something that we are doing, but it's not going to be far away, all right? It's not going to be far away, all right? So you would expect that it would say, we will be learning French next year. That's the norm because next year is the future. But when someone uses the present continuous, then they're talking about it's something that's going to be very soon, very soon. And that's why they would make that, they would use the present continuous because it's going to be very soon. And that's the general meaning, that they're implying that it's going to be very soon. If you told your brother, I'm going to hit you. Of course, you don't hit your brother. I know. Very good sister. And you don't hit your brother, right? Muhammad, she doesn't hit you. So, so if she was saying, I'm going to hit you, Muhammad, right? Then why did she say, I'm going to, and she didn't do it yet? Because she's saying it's going to happen very soon. And that's another reason why we use the present continuous, talking about something in the future, because it's near future. It's going to happen very soon. All right, so just remember that too. That's why people have the going to when they use that as well, which is actually the present continuous as well. All right, I'm going to go back up to the Caillou story because I have the missing words, so you can actually read it from here because the missing words are here. All right, so let me go up there. Did we read the Caillou story for lesson 3, or did I just leave that? If you read it, then we'll read the one for lesson 4. I don't know whether you read it or not. I don't remember.
Yes.
You read, what was it about? Can you tell me quickly just to confirm the dialogue for Caillou last time? What was it about?
Caillou was hearing scary sounds from his room, so he was scared.
Okay, yes, you got it. That's what it was. Okay, so here we have the new one. You can read it from here, or you could read it from your book if you want to write the missing words. I'm giving you the answers, but it may be easier just to read from here. Okay, go ahead. Each one read for one character: the storyteller, the narrator, the mother, the father, Caillou, Rosie. Each one read for one character and alternate.
Okay. Oh, it's getting cold outside. I'm glad we're in here for our story time. Now let's see what Caillou did today. Today's story is called Caillou Rakes the Leaves.
Caillou and Rosie were having so much fun they didn't even notice their mommy and daddy were watching them.
Caillou, Rosie,
Well, it looked like you two are having fun.
Daddy, Mommy, come play with us.
That's Rosie, so she's just
Daddy,
saying, Daddy. Okay, go ahead. Rosie's his little sister, if you remember, little baby sister. Go ahead.
Okay. Daddy, you blew the leaf.
show me a red leaf. Rosie, yes, good for you.
Here's a yellow one, Mommy, and another red one.
Thank you, Caillou, and thank you, Rosie.
Caillou loved spending all day with his family, having fun in the leaves.
I think it's time to go inside and make supper. Come along, you two.
I'll stay and rake the leaves.
Caillou was enjoying himself so much he didn't want the fun to stop. He wanted this special day to last forever.
Can I stay and help Daddy rake the leaves?
Sure, I think that's a great idea.
All right.
There is an awful lot of leaves, Caillou. Do you think we can rake them all?
Yes, I like raking the leaves, Daddy.
Oh, well, it's rather hard work, but it's fun when we do it together.
Caillou liked helping his daddy, but he also liked to play. He imagined that the piles of leaves were big houses in the city.
I want to live in this one.
Caillou was having so much fun pretending that the leaf piles were big houses. He didn't even notice that it was almost dark.
Daddy, come see my house.
Wow, that's a great house. Did you make it all by yourself?
Yes,
Come on in, you two. Supper's ready.
Daddy, I had a fun day.
So did I. I like it when I have my whole family all around me.
Me too.
Did you finish raking the leaves?
Yes, there were lots and lots of them. I made a city too.
Caillou helped me a lot, didn't you? Hey, what's that on your head?
Okay. Okay. What was Caillou doing? What was Caillou doing in the very beginning?
At first he was playing with his sister Rosie.
Right. Okay. And what did Caillou want? All right. Now, Mohammed, this is your question. What did Caillou want his mother and father to do?
Uh,
Hmm.
to play with Caillou and Rose.
Yeah, I said, what did Caillou want? So you have to say, come play with them. So what did Caillou want? All right. He wanted his daddy and mommy to come play with them. So you're going to use them, not Caillou, because Caillou wants Caillou. No. So Caillou wanted his mommy and daddy to come
With,
play with
with him
them.
and Rose.
Okay. Okay, let's see what else here. What was Caillou's mother trying to teach Rosie?
The colors.
Right, trying to teach her colors. Okay, what did Caillou's mother go in the house for? What did she go in the house for? Why did she go in the house?
She was
Uh,
preparing
to,
supper.
Right, she went in the house to prepare supper. Okay, Mohammed, why did Caillou want to stay outside instead of go inside uh to eat supper? Hmm?
to
Why
rake
did
the
Caillou want
leaves.
to stay outside? Hmm?
To rake the leaves.
Okay, to rake the leaves alone or with someone?
With his dad.
With his daddy, yeah. Um, Now, while he was raking, he also was playing. What was he doing when he was raking? Yes, great, but he was also playing. What was he doing while playing?
He was imagining that the leaves are big houses in a city.
Right. What is a pile, Muhammad? Because you notice that they mention a pile of leaves. What is a pile?
What?
What is a pile? P-I-L-E. If you want to answer while Muhammad is busy, I think he's talking to his father or someone. You can answer, Malik. What is a pile?
It's like a bush of leaves.
No, I don't, not for leaves. In general, what is a pile in general? You could have a pile of books, right? You could have a pile. What is a pile?
Lots of,
What is that?
like lots of.
Not just lots, because remember, it doesn't have to be, if there are a lot of books, but they're on the shelf, they're not a pile. So what is a pile? A pile of anything. What would you have to do in order to make it a pile?
Put them with
Muhammad, go ahead.
Pile.
What is that?
Pile.
No, P-I-L-E, a pile, right? You could have a pile of books, a pile of leaves, a pile of shovels. Anything can be made into a pile, but what do you have to do to make it a pile? Because as she mentioned, a lot of books, well, if you have a lot of books in the library, they're not a pile. So what do you have to do to make
Like
something?
a group of things placed on top of another.
Yes, that's the important thing. It has to be one on top of the other in order to make it a pile. So it's a pile of leaves because it's a leaf on top of a leaf on top of a leaf on top of a leaf. The same thing with a pile of books. You have to put one on top of the other in order to make it a pile. So that's the important thing. All right. What was on top of, on the end, what was on Caillou's head?
A leaf.
How do you know? How do you know it was a leaf?
Because
Huh?
he was raking the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a leaf of them was on his head.
Right, but you're correct. You're correct. What did they have for supper?
What?
What did they have for supper?
It's not mentioned.
I know. That's what you're supposed to say. All right. Of course, you're gonna have to find out from the video. All right. So some things you won't know without seeing. All right. So that's one question. What were they eating? So you're gonna have to try to get the answer to that. What were they eating for supper? Let me see. Let me get another question if possible here. Um, who went in the house and who stayed outside?
Rosie and his mother were in the house, and Caillou and his dad were outside breaking the leaves.
Okay. And where did they put the leaves after they raked them? Where did they put the leaves after they raked them? Where did they put the leaves after they raked them?
Also, it's not mentioned.
Yes, so that's the second question for you to look for in the video. All right. Now, How many rakes were there? How many rakes did they have?
Lots of rakes.
Hmm?
A lot of rakes.
How many? The number. How many rakes did they have?
Also, it's not mentioned.
Okay, now for that one is not mentioned. That would be the third question, but you could kind of like guess. But yes, the video will confirm how many rakes they had. All right. What would your guess be?
I don't know.
How many people were raking?
2.
So what do you think? Do you think Caillou took his father's rake and then his father took his rake? Do you think they were taking turns raking with one rake?
No, no, 2.
Okay, so you think there were 2 rakes. And do you think both rakes looked exactly alike, or one was big, one was small? What do you think about that? You guessed 2, and you're correct. There were 2 rakes. Do they look alike, or was one big and one small?
There were 2, one yellow and one red.
So
No,
you
one small and one big.
one small and one big, but I think your brother said one had a different color. How can you say that without seeing the video?
It was in the first, in the, he gave his dad yellow and his mom red.
Oh, you're talking about the leaves now. Okay, we're talking about the rakes, not the leaves. All right, you're talking about the color of the leaves. No, we're talking about the rakes. All right. Was one big, one small, or did they both look the same like that? Okay, so we at least have 2 questions for you to answer. The third one, you need to confirm it, but the 2 questions, were they eating supper? All right. And what was the other question that you're looking for? What were they eating for supper? And what was the other question?
What was the food or supper?
What was that?
What's the food or supper they were
No, yeah,
supposing
that's
to
one
eat?
question. What were they eating for supper? What was the other question?
What's the what number of the rakes?
Oh, well, that's for confirmation. The second question was where did they put the leaves, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, where did they put the leaves? Okay. So let's take a look. Let's take a quick look and answer those 2 questions. The other one, the third one, you just have to confirm it, because it could have been one rake, and they could have been sharing it, or they could have looked exactly the same, 2 rakes that look exactly the same. Maybe one rake is small, one rake is big. We don't know that. We have to confirm that after seeing the video. All right, but you have to see the video in order to know what they were having for supper and where did they put the leaves after they raked them. Okay, so let's check that. What was the name of this bug here that is eating that leaf? What's the name of that bug there? What is it, Muhammad?
Oh,
You're turning on the mic and turning it off before I could hear your full statement.
He said that it's a worm.
Okay, no, it's not a worm. Worms don't actually have heads, you know. So what is this? I'll give you a hint. It turns into a butterfly. What is it? What is it?
A larva?
No, it's a caterpillar. Of course, I have some other pictures of animals and insects that are real. This is a cartoon, of course, but this is a cartoon drawing of a caterpillar, which turns into a butterfly. As you can see, a butterfly there. All right, what's the name of this thing that water is coming out of? I think I mentioned this before. You know, you put it
What's
out.
its name?
What is it?
What's its name?
Yeah, what's the name of it that the water is coming out of? As you see people put it to put water on their flowers or on their trees or on their front lawn, on the grass. What is the name of this?
I don't know.
Sprinkler.
Right, Muhammad remembers. Isn't that amazing? Malik didn't remember and Muhammad remembered. Yeah, so water sprinkler. Congratulations. Yeah. And let me quickly ask a few questions about this picture here. Obviously, you know what's on his finger. What's on his finger?
A ladybug.
But what's the name of that finger? I think we did this, right? What's the name of the finger that the ladybug is crawling on? Remember, fingers have names, right? So what's the name of this finger?
It's index.
Right. And the next one, just a quick review. Next one.
Middle finger.
And the next one.
Ring finger.
And the next one.
Pinky.
And
Thumb.
okay, great. Muhammad, did you remember that? She said all of them. Do you remember the names of your 5 fingers? If so, say them quickly.
Yes. Thumb, index, middle finger, ring finger, pinky.
Okay. All right, now, of course, you can see the obvious things there. There's a tree, there's a house, and there's a window on the house. But I want to see if you remember this part that you, instead of walking in the street, as some people do, cars drive in the street. But what's over here that you're supposed to use for walking?
It's a sidewalk.
Right, it's pretty much explanatory, right? It's called a sidewalk for you to walk on the side instead of walking in the street. But you'll find so many people still walking in the street, even though there is a sidewalk to walk on. I remember in America, it may sound funny, but I remember uh, it was pretty dangerous too, you know, crazy and kind of dangerous too. I remember one day a car was coming down the street and the car drove up onto the sidewalk. You know, I don't know why that happened or why they did that. It was so long ago, but it was like shocking, surprising because, you know, someone could walk out of a store. This wasn't in the neighborhood. This was in the city, the shopping area, you know, so that was even more dangerous because someone could walk out of a store and get hit by a car. You know, the car drove up onto the sidewalk and was driving down the sidewalk. So I remember that which is pretty dangerous there. Did you ever see that before? A car drive up on the sidewalk?
Yes,
Why? Why did they do that? Why did they drive up on the sidewalk?
I don't know. And motorcycles.
Oh, well, that may be a little more typical, even though it's dangerous too. But a motorcycle driving on the sidewalk may be a little more normal. I mean, not normal, but you might see it more often. Um, because motorcycles actually act like they're bicycles, so they'll do things that, cars will rarely do, of course. If someone is in a rush and there's lots of traffic, they may take the motorcycle and go up on the sidewalk or something else.
Go
Now
between
there,
the cars.
yeah, and go in between the cars, yes, as well. Now there's a name for this. I think I may have told you before. When a child is screaming and hollering, and what do you call this?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
All right, Muhammad, maybe you'll get this one right too. All right, when a child is screaming and hollering and maybe stomping, and what do you call that?
Uh,
Crying.
No, that's one of the things that they may be doing, not necessarily, but it's one of the things they may be doing. Like you don't see tears coming down Caillou's face, but it's possible a child could also be crying. But the main thing is that they are, you know, very animated in their movements, like again, screaming and stomping and throwing their hands. We call this a tantrum. Try to remember that. A tantrum, a tantrum. So Caillou is having a tantrum. We call it a tantrum, right? When a child doesn't get his way, they have a tantrum, But when a child is upset, they have a tantrum. And so you'll see, I'm quite sure you've seen children do that where they're screaming and stomping and hollering and and everything, and they could wind up on the floor like Caillou here. All right, but the main thing, they're screaming and stomping and hollering and throwing their hands, having a tantrum. Remember that, it's called having a tantrum. Okay, now you can see what's coming down from the sky, right? What's falling from the sky? Of course, it's
Leaves.
yes, falling from the trees, leaves. Now, so what season would this be? Is it, winter?
Autumn.
Yes, autumn. And what's another name for autumn? It has another name. Muhammad, is there another name for autumn?
Fall.
Yes, fall, right? So, what are the seasons? Give me the names of the seasons.
Winter, summer, uh, spring, and autumn.
Right. All right. In America, I remember they actually had a song for the seasons. Sometimes, of course, as you probably know, I was born in America, raised in America. So, even if you don't intend to listen to certain songs, because I became a Muslim when I was 13 years old, actually 12 years old, because I wasn't 13, I was close to being 13. Um, so when I became a Muslim, we actually stopped listening to music. Before I was a Muslim, before I became a Muslim, yes, we used to listen to music. When after I became a Muslim, then we stopped listening to music. When I say we, my brother and myself, both of us, we became Muslim at the same time. He's older than me by a year and a half. And so I say that because I remember this song that was talking about the seasons. It said, winter, summer, spring, or fall. All you gotta do is call. You know, so I remember that. It just sticks in your head. Now, that song is probably so old, even people in America might not remember that song because, you're talking about when I was 13 years old. That's a long time ago. All right, but that's why I said autumn is also fall. So in America, you'll hear more people probably call it fall than they call it autumn, although they know both names. You know, if someone said autumn, everyone knows that, but typically it's also called fall. All right, so and that is easy to understand, right? Because the leaves are falling from the trees. So it's typical to understand why it might be called fall. Um, okay, so what's the weather like in winter?
It's windy.
That's it? In winter it's wind,
Rainy, snowy.
right? What is it? Is it hot?
Cold.
I'm missing that main word. It's cold in the winter. All right. What is the weather like in the summer?
Hot.
Right. Okay. What's the weather like in the spring?
It's warm.
Okay. It's starting to get warm, right? In the spring, it's starting to get warm. And what else is happening in the spring?
There's a rainbow.
What's happening?
A rainbow come out.
Flowers.
Maybe a rainbow comes out. That's possible. But remember, the rainbow is one of the things that happen when you have maybe light rain or some rain and the sun at the same time. So it makes those different colors producing the rainbow. All right. So that's not necessarily for spring. It's for any condition that has that happening at the same time. All right. But what's happening to the trees? I'm trying to get some description here in the spring. What's happening?
The flowers bloom.
Regrowing.
Right, the flowers bloom and the leaves come back onto the trees. Yes, so that's important for spring. All right. All right. What about fall, as we're about to see? Autumn, what's happening?
The leaves are falling from
Leaves
trees.
fall.
Leaves are falling from the trees. All right. What's the weather like? How's the weather?
Cloudy and
Windy.
windy.
Okay, yes, yes. Okay, so we're preparing also for winter to come after that, right? For
Yes.
what? When it's fall, right? We get the leaves falling off the trees. We get, right, this happening. And of course, after fall, it's going to become cold, right? We're going to go into winter, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look here.
It's getting cold outside. I'm glad we're in.
All right, you can see from this picture here a few things. What is this over here on the side? What is this? What is this over here on the side? What is this over here on the
A
side? What's the
heater,
name of it?
maybe?
What is it? What is that?
A heat, like a fireplace.
Fireplace.
Yes, that's the name of it. It's a fireplace. All right, so the fireplace, why do you use a fireplace? Why do you have a fireplace?
Heating.
Right, for heating, the natural heating system of the past. And some people even like to have it because it seems like special or exotic or something like that there. But it's one of the original heating systems of the house, and it's going to lead up to the roof of the house. What will you see on the roof of a house that has a chim? I said it if you heard it. What's on the roof of the house if you have a fireplace? If you have a fireplace, what will you find on the roof of the house? I actually said part of it if you were listening. What's on the roof of the house if you have a fireplace in your house? What's on the roof of your house if you have a fireplace in your house?
Chimney.
A chimney, yes. All right. So when the fire is burning, smoke will be coming out of the chimney. All right. All right. Let's get into the story here. What is the boy doing? What is the girl doing?
They're drinking maybe
Drinking.
hot chocolate.
Yeah, most likely
A
hot
hot
chocolate.
drink.
Could be tea. Yes, a hot drink. That's the only
Hot
thing we can
drink.
really confirm. That is a hot drink. It could be hot chocolate. It could be tea. Yes.
Now, let's see what Caillou did today. Today's story is called Caillou Rakes the Leaves.
You should have the answer to one of the questions already, but I'm not going to stop.
They were having so much fun. They didn't even notice that their mommy and daddy were watching them. Caillou, Rosie.
Well, it looks like you two are having fun.
Daddy, Mommy, come play with us. Daddy! Daddy, who's moving in?
Show me a red leaf, Rosie. Good for you.
Here's a yellow one, Mommy. And that's a red one.
Thank you, Caillou. And thank you, Rosie. Caillou loved spending all day with his family, having fun in the leaves. I think it's time to go inside and make supper. Come along, you two.
I'll stay and rake the leaves.
Caillou was enjoying himself so much.
How would you describe Caillou's face? Because remember, his mother just said, "Come inside, you two."
Sad.
Yes, he looks kind of sad. He didn't. Okay, why does he look sad? I was about to say the answer. Malik, why does he look sad?
Because he wanted to still play.
Well, the main thing, he wanted to stay outside with his father, all right? Whether it's play or not, in actuality, he's going to do both. He's going to do both play and help his father. So the main thing is he doesn't want to go inside yet, all right? He doesn't want to go inside.
He didn't want the fun to stop.
Okay, so obviously he didn't want the fun to stop. That means he wants to continue to play, but also you're going to see that he's going to ask his mother, can he stay outside and rake the leaves?
Did this special day to last forever.
Can I stay and help Daddy rake the leaves?
Okay, so he didn't say, can I stay out and play? He said, can I stay and help Daddy rake the leaves?
That's a great idea.
There's an awful lot of leaves, Caillou. Do you think we can rake them all?
Yes.
Okay, look at what Caillou has. What does Caillou have?
A rake.
Is it big or small?
Small.
Okay.
Raking the leaves, Daddy.
Oh, well, it's rather hard work, but it's fun when we do it together.
Caillou liked helping his daddy, but he also liked playing. He imagined that the piles of leaves were big houses in the city.
I want to live in this one.
Caillou was having so much fun pretending that the leaf piles were big houses, he didn't even notice that it was almost dark.
Daddy, come see my house.
Wow, that's a great house. Did you make it all by yourself?
Yes.
Come on in, you two. Supper's ready.
Daddy, I had a fun day.
So did I. I like it when I have my whole family around me.
Did you finish raking the leaves?
Yes, and there are lots and lots of them. I made a city too.
Caillou helped me a lot, didn't you? Hey, what's that on your head?
Okay, what do they have for supper?
Soup.
Soup
Right. And where did they put the leaves that they raked?
in the backyard or in bags.
Right, that's what in bags. Did you see the bags when you were watching? Did you see the bags?
Yes.
Yeah, so yes, they put them in bags. All right, and so you can see that it was true. He had a leaf on his head. And where did the leaf go?
In the soup.
Where did the leaf? In the soup. They thought it was funny, for some reason. They thought it was funny. Do you think he's still going to eat the soup or no after the leaf fell into it?
I don't know.
What would you do if the leaf fell in the soup?
I won't eat it.
All right, so you'll dump the soup out and get a new bowl of soup?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so
I
now
will.
just quickly, I would like to hear some sentences that both of you have written from the vocabulary.